Yeah, my name is Nico Cordova. I am a real estate broker out of Pueblo, Colorado, and I got into real estate around 2016.
All right. Um, how did you learn about exchanging?
So I learned about exchanging because kind of out of a need to do more deals with beyond just like the regular confines of traditional lenders and so forth. So when I got into real estate, I started making good money. My first year of my commission-based business, and then I started buying houses. And soon enough, like I didn't have any more cash because it was all tucked away into houses. So I started looking for opportunities to pull cash out, and that's kind of how I learned about different lenders. And then I started learning about um, mortgage notes, and all of a sudden I started to see patterns of value between the houses I was buying, the real estate notes that we were creating, and I started to experiment more and more with the equity that I had in different real estate assets.
And how has it impacted your real estate business?
It's had a huge impact. I mean, it's allowed me to actually go into other markets. It's allowed me to provide a huge benefit to my clients, especially for problem properties or other properties that require a little bit more creative approach in order to make the transaction take place. And it really opened up my universe as far as the number and type of deals that I could do. We're not limited to working with a traditional lender or you know simply pursuing a cash sale. We could pursue transactions via equity in all types of property.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what do exchangers do that's different? I know they do a lot of stuff, but just in general.
So I'd say the biggest thing that exchangers do is collaborate and work together to actually make a transaction take place where your options would be limited or the pool of buyers that you're working with would be limited. So it opens up your market, and it vastly increases the pool of buyers that you have to do transactions with.
So from a client's perspective, what are the benefits of exchanging?
Well, the benefits is I'm going to be bringing them a lot more offers. I'm going to be bringing them a lot more proposals than just your standard list and sell agent. I'd say I probably bring 10 to 1 more offers. Just as an example, I listed $1 million office building. It had been on the market for about 2 years. Nothing. The previous listing agent didn't bring a single offer. And within the first 30 days, I was able to bring like 15 proposals. So it was just the universe is just a lot bigger. My universe that I'm operating in and transacting in is just a lot bigger.
When you're working with clients, what's the importance of counseling?
So that's really like the biggest. Counseling is huge because they need to understand, because it's not a traditional list and sell. They may not be getting the cash that they anticipated, or maybe we have to take a couple more steps before they get that cash. It's really explaining the process and the benefits to holding equity in other assets, and maybe instead of going from a cash sale into another building, you just trade building for building. So it's walking them through the process, because it's not, while it is like it's simple, and a lot of sellers and investors don't immediately understand it. I think the biggest thing with counseling clients is really considering what stage of life they're in, what where they want to go, what their goals are, how passive of an investment they're looking for, and taking all those things into consideration, and then finding or kind of creating a path to get them there.
What's a formula?
So a formula is kind of like it sounds. It's a formula, and there's just like a lot of different models that you could use and replicate to make a transaction take place. So whether it's moving a mortgage, using mortgage note as a down payment on a building, and maybe adding cash. That's one formula, and then with the second note, with the new note that's created in that building from the seller, selling that note, and getting that seller cash on the other side.
Cool. When you joined these groups, did you feel, because you've just been in this for a few years, so you said 2016, right?
So the date of this recording is February 2020. I went to my first exchanger meeting in October 2019.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so just a few months ago. But I was naturally, like, I knew, like, I kind of had it in me already. I knew that, like, there were ways to acquire property, ownership, control, and acquire and disperse properties beyond just like traditional means, traditional lenders and everything. So I knew that was out there, and I was scratching and scratching and scratching and looking for the group that does that, or just investors that did that. And it really led me to the NCE and the exchanger groups.
When you joined, did you feel welcomed?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like I was right at home. When I was in the room for the first time at the NC meeting in October 2020, it was like heaven on earth for me, because you're really in a room that's, if you like doing deals, you're in the middle of a trade pit, and papers are flying back and forth between mini proposals and offers being sent over from one broker to another. It's really like heaven if you like doing deals.
Awesome. Do you feel like there's more creativity?
Yeah, absolutely, because there's a lot more collaboration in the room too. Whereas on my day-to-day basis, I'm typically working, solo or just strictly over the phone. Whereas, we have a couple hundred guys in the room, and all of a sudden, we're brainstorming on who wants to take the property, or a bunch of different ways to make a transaction take place.
Awesome. And then this guy, you kind of already answered this, but do you feel like there's more a sense of camaraderie or teamwork?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I always approach my brokerage business that we should be cooperative and cooperate with one another, more so than like trying to beat each other up. I feel like you get a lot more done that way. But this group really embodies that. They take it, I think, a little bit to the next step, and they understand that it's a relationship-based business, and it's also about collaborating and making transactions take place, so we can all get paid.
Have you done an out-of-state or been a part of an out-of-state transaction yet?
Yeah.
So that probably couldn't have happened without.
It so what it really did again was expanded my network. It expanded my network, and within that network there's a lot of trust, and I mean, you can go into any market and attempt to do a transaction. What makes it different is when you have people on the ground that like, and trust, and they also have like your best interests, kind of top of mind.
Awesome. Do you like your job?
Yeah, I love it. I love my job. I love what I do.
And you're lucky because you're new in your career and you already know about exchanging. It's crazy that people just haven't even heard of it, and they've been brokering for decades and they just still don't even know about it.
It has to be one of those things that you just actively open up to, and kind of pursue. Just the same way with like commercial investment real estate. It's not just a natural progression from like regular list and sell residential real estate. You have to like make that choice to go into that niche of the market.